police in Nairobi are investigating the murder of a businesswoman found dead at her rented apartment in Lumwera Gardens, Kilimani area this morning. The lady, identified as Monica Kimani.
Even when Monica was killed there, the police said, we cannot remove this body until the father or the mother come here. So I went and I saw the body in the bathtub. Even up today, my wife, who went into depression, because even up to date, she has never believed that. You know, Monica was slit. Alikuwa amekatwa shingo.
We are so much down and we don't understand why the killers, they did this one.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was a part one. We didn't even finish of Reverend Garama, who was born in Tanzania, grew up in Tanzania. Somehow, because of war, he moved to Kenya. Then he went now to another, yani from a frying pan to a hot coal, yani mad to South Sudan. Vita huko brr brr. Finally, akajipata America. But he's a good author. Here he has his books. Story ya Sudan. Aliandika kitabu moja, which says my experience in a war-torn nation of South Sudan as a missionary. He was there over 16 years.
Yes.
Yeah? And then, now, the story today we are going to talk about is about enduring grief. This gentleman here lost his daughter in a terrible, and I can't even elaborate more because he's here with us to tell us how he endured this grief. And he said, because I was in his book launch, he said, he has forgiven the killers. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Reverend Garama.
Thank you so much.
Yes, karibu sana.
Yeah.
Just again, introduce to us who you are, and then briefly, and then we go to that story.
Okay, thank you so much. My name's, I like to call myself more of a missionary, because I have done a lot of work of missionary, but I'm a consecrated bishop, and I really desire to serve more. So what I can say is that it is true that I went to South Sudan in 2005, 2006, and that's where I went to South Sudan. But I passed through the town called 𝐜𝐥𝐬. So when I was there, the opportunity was a lot. So because South Sudan now, it was opening up after those many wars. So after signing the peace, it was opening up. So they came, many Kenyans and many Ugandans, they were coming there. So I find an opportunity, because where our barracks and our soldiers, they were in a place called Rumbek. Rumbek and Wow, that's where they were. So I could go there and do a lot of work, and I could see the opportunity arising there. So I was doing also missionary work.
Yeah.
So I planted many churches, like I remember the church, Sudan Pentecostal Church. That's where I joined, and we built a good church there in Lumbek. And many Kenyans, they were there, like KCB Bank, they were there, and so many things. So why did I say that? Because when I find that opportunity there, I started my own company. It was a family company called Milipo, and this company started grew from Rumbek, a place called Rumbek, and then we moved to Juba. So because we saw there was a mass construction in Juba, South Sudan, and because these people, they've been in a war for 22 years, so there were no buildings, modern buildings. So many contractors were needed there. Money companies, like now the corporate, the KCB, the KCB Equity Bank, cooperative, they were coming there. UAP, this is an insurance company. So they were coming now there, because now Juba were coming up after signing the peace, after the independence now. I think it was 2011, 2011, after the independent, now South Sudan became independent. So there was so many opportunity. That's how now my family came and joined me. Not my wife, it was my daughter who came there. Most of the people, maybe they know this story, and it is there in the YouTube. It is if you can go to YouTube, Monica Kimani, murder, our story, you find I'm the father of Monica Kimani. So, so how I managed to have a company there, and it was doing very well. So we were doing cleaning services, and fumigation. Yeah, we were doing that. Many government offices, corporate, United Nations office like UNICEF, and also UNAMIS, that is the United Nations mission in South Sudan. That's where the headquarters there.
Yeah.
We could do also in the airport. We were doing the banks. Actually, we were given tenders by the KCB, by the cooperative bank. These banks, they were coming from Kenya, but they were from South Sudan. So we were given those tenders, and the business was so big.
Yeah.
The biggest business we got, it is with the UAP insurance. They have the tallest building in South Sudan. It is called UAP Towers in South Sudan, in a place called Malakia. They have the tallest building, I think 11 storage, yeah, maybe 11, 12, I don't know. I don't remember very well. So that's where we get the biggest tender there. And now, how did my daughter came in? She was in university, by then it's called Technical University now. By then it was called Kenya Pori. And it is a long story how Monica, she became a young girl. She was very bright. It's another story to talk about Monica. So now, because how Monica came in South Sudan. Monica came in South Sudan, she did her internship because she was doing international relations, international relations course in Technical University in Nairobi. That's how she came to do her internship. You know what, Monica, she told me, you know, Dad, what? I will come to South Sudan. Say, you? She was only 19 years. And she came and she said, I say, how? You know how Sudan is very hot, to a lot of malaria, a lot of things, war sometimes. They block a lot of wars, and I think everybody could see it. So finally, I secured a place in the embassy, because I was a Kenyan community leader. So I secure, in Lumbek, I was one of the chairman. So I interact with the ambassador. The ambassador by then, he was called Leshole, and he gave us an opportunity. So my daughter got an opportunity. She came also by bus, but she went by air. Also me, I went by Yusuf. You remember the story? I went by Rory, but when I was going back, I was going with the planes and many times. So now, what happened is about now the brief story about my daughter, because it's a long story also. Monica, she came there and she worked with the embassy, I think for a year or 1 year, something like that. She did her internship. She did very well. She went back to Kenya after finishing her internship. And you guess what? The embassy, they said, this lady, go and finish and come back. So she went and finished, and then she was employed by the Kenyan embassy in South Sudan. So after that, then she interacted with so many government officials, and she interacted with the corporate out there, and then so she became a very instrumental in our company. So we could get more tenders. And let me tell you, I think the dollars that I'm touching here in America, I started touching dollars in South Sudan. So we were being paid with dollars and so many things. A lot of story there. So let me say this. We stayed there in Juba, and we were doing very well. And now it came that Monica was like, she was within, because of the company, the demand, because we were doing, Monica could do interior design. She could managing the company about the cleaning services, because like now, if you can imagine a storage house with 11th floor, and we were given for that. And not only that, we have to go to the KCB. We have to go, actually we had about 50 55 workers who are by that company. So even my son George also came in as a supervisor. So this is a lot of things that were coming up. Now we needed the company needed people. So George was an operation manager. So and then to cut the story short, and so many things that were happening in South Sudan. Because I can't finish all.
Yeah.
And then Monica now, she became now a very famous because of the company. Actually, one of the managers asked from the UAP and say, "How did you are very young. Why are you here?" Say, "I'm here. My dad is here, and he's my role model. So that's why I'm here in this difficult place." And you know what? Let me tell you, Gary. If anybody has survived in South Sudan, he can survive anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And you know what? Is a very tough ground. And let me say this, that the South Sudanese people are good. They have their own culture and they are good. Because one of the things that I can speak about South Sudanese, when we went there were no thieves. Because what? The Sharia law
is very strict.
Yeah, when you steal, they cut your hand. They cut here. If you steal the second one, here. That's another story I can tell you. So if you could see somebody who doesn't have this, yeah, you know what he went. So now let me say this, because a lot of things that were happening there. So Monica grew up very well, and she became now an entrepreneur. She could go to China to get because we needed, as a company, we needed the interior design, and the orders were too much. The hotel what they wanted, if they want the carpet to be done. So we could do a lot and subcontract the tenders. I mean, that's what we were getting. So she was doing well, and she was a go-getter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me say that she grew very well in South Sudan, and she get many people friends in the government, and also in the corporate world. That's why I can tell you. But and she gained a lot of favor.
So I know the story happened in Nairobi. So like just briefly tell us what transpired, so people can understand. I know there are many people who know about the story, and there also a number of people who do not know anything about the story.
I want to get this.
The book.
I wrote a small book here. This book says when hope is shattered.
Yeah.
Because the Monica that we are talking, that she is no more. But I talked about how Monica, her story, and the real thing. And I have written about this, and who Monica was.
Yeah.
And actually, I see even there is this picture. There is a building, and if you can see here, okay, this is during her burial.
Yeah.
And this is Monica, and this is Monica also, and this is the building that I'm telling you. The building that we were given the tender.
Yeah.
This one, you can see it.
Wow.
We were doing the tender, and this, I think this is where the one of the breakthrough we got in South Sudan is our company being awarded a tender for doing the fumigation and also cleaning services.
Yeah.
So this is Monica, and a lot of things, because when I was there, and also my name also was becoming famous, because I'm doing the pastoral work, I'm doing the company work, I'm doing the missionary work, and I could go many areas, like Wow, Malakal, Lumbek, Bentiu, Nuba Mountains. So the demand was too huge, and it was all over. And so now what happened with my daughter, because Monica had a boyfriend who was a South Sudanese, and they were planning to get married. So his boyfriend was in Dubai. So Monica was to travel because he bought a house. He had 2 houses, and in Nairobi. So it was near Kilimani.
Yeah.
So she used to live there near Kilimani, Lemuria Garden. Now, but the houses where the houses were, he bought one of them. One of the houses was in Dendero. You know about Dendero? Maybe it's in the outskirts of Nairobi. So now Monica was coming to Kenya, and then when she arrived in Kenya, I didn't know. It's another story that unless you read the book, you can see. I have written another book here about endurance in grief. And
which we launched.
This one we launch on Saturday. So Monica died in a very, very, very strange murder. That if you go, because of the story, I cannot finish now. You can go to YouTube, and then you can if you go to YouTube, you can Google that in YouTube, or you can see in the YouTube and see the story. So what is there is that Monica died in 2018. It was in September that where he was murdered, and the key suspect, you know about the story. I don't want to mention them there because the case is still in the court and it's not over. So which is what was very sad. So it was not easy at all because Monica was my firstborn. She was very close, as you know. A daughter and a father, they are very close to each other. So now here comes that Monica was murdered when I was in Kenya, and she came from Juba. I didn't know that she's around because they talked with the mother and his brother. So it was very sad because I was called and say, you know what, my son George is the one who called me, and he say, you know what, your daughter is no more. What happened is a long story. To tell the way she was murdered. And for me, I couldn't believe. Okay, let me say this. It's not easy. It's not easy. The whole story, I have written in this book, this story. And I have talked about forgiveness. Now this is endurance. I have really endured a lot of things. That's another the whole book. Because now we are talking somebody, a very shining star. Monica was, you see that, I think if you can see that story in YouTube, you know Monica, who Monica was. And so it came now as a shock. My daughter no more. And it was all over the media. That part now, first of all, is a shock. Okay, me, I won't say this after the whole story of this. I start healing. I say that I'm not completely healed. Because it cannot go. Still Monica is in my heart. Still Monica, even the Monica that I knew and the Monica that we buried. Like also like even my wife, even up to today, my wife, who went into depression. Because even up to date, she has never believed that. It is like, okay, I thank God she is now trying to come up, but still she is in that state of denial. Of denial. You know about, when you are talking about grief, there is those stages. First is about the shock first. And then you don't believe that. And then there is this part of, the part of that you are now in shock. You don't see what people are saying. Even my wife was saying, no, Monica, the Monica that I know is still in Juba. Ule Monica mnazika sio yeye. You see, you know Monica was slit. Alikuwa amekatwa shingo. So nyinyi mkisema ati mnamsema tunazika Monica, na we know the Monica ule tunajua alikuwa amekatwa shingo. So now that is the situation, and if you can read this book, you can see a lot, because I know we have a limited time. And I can't talk about the stages of grief, how we went through, because you know, also we thank God about social media, but it really also affected us too much. Wow. It was like finishing us, everything, because there was a lot of story that Monica was going with one of the general in South Sudan. I don't want to go deep on that, because I want to say this. Yes, we are in situation of the social media. Yeah. But do you know social media, they go before you. Before you. Yeah.
You learn like, your stories from the social media.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you are mourning. You know, you are now in mourning, and then you hear that Monica was calling billions of dollars. She was doing money laundering, which is not true. They don't know now. I showed you the company, the business that we had. Yeah. This is the truth. The truth. So lead this book you hear, where we have the name of the company. We have everything. You know, there are so many interviews you could see. I'm sorry to mention this, that when I saw another interview by Jeff Kainange, interviewing the president of South Sudan, and then they say, we hear about Monica Kimani, about money laundering, and with the general is here. That was the story cooked with the social media. And you know also, so you have enemies. Yeah. But even now, when the judge was reasoning was doing this case, reasoning this about, they say, what? Wait. This girl, small girl like this, and the way she is now, the whole world, the whole story we are hearing. What are you talking about? This is like a movie. Actually, is it called Wachanga, the magistrate? Wachanga, he is a high court judge. Yeah. And he said, hey,
hii ni kama
movie, it's like a Nigerian movie. Yeah. Let me hear. What is it? I can't, let me hear. Because we want to know. And then a lot of story that was happening in the court. And you know, let me just mention small about what the scenario was. Monica came from the airport. The social media, they were saying she was stopped there. But when I went to DCIO, there they showed me the clip. You know those cameras.
Yeah, the camera.
The way Monica came from the plane, she went to the checking, and she checked all the bags. They showed me, this is Monica. This is now there. She gonna go to the migration department. What I could see, what everything, even going to the Uber, because she was carried by an Uber driver. So all those things that I was shown, because you must, as a father. Yeah. Even when Monica was killed there, the police said, we cannot remove this body until the father or the mother come here. So I went and I saw the body in the bathtub. She was slit. It's terrible. It is terrible. If you know, and you know, when now there are so many things that the people, they don't know exactly, because those videos, how Monica, the body was there, there was a lot of deep things. Yeah. So there was the key suspect. You know the story how they went there. You know the part that for me now, because there was some witness who are protected witness. The protected witness, they are not allowed in the court. They are put in a place where now they can say when you don't see them, but only the voice. Yeah. So one of the key who went with the with the key suspect to the house, or from the Leke squad, the deadly Leke squad, that they were together. So now here, how the key suspect put those things going there, you know, that all of them we had in the closed court, and also the watchman who knew the key suspect, how he went inside, and so many things. So there is a lot of there I cannot go to detail. But we know a lot. Until the case is over, then we can talk much about that.
More about it.
But what is there, I can tell you that this about endurance, this journey, I'm telling you, Gary, is not easy. It's not easy. Unless you have a heart of forgiveness. Because I ask God many questions. Why? You know why? You know, in the book of Job, the way Job asked God a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, I say, if there is anything I was to ask to pay, if there is anything that Monica did, that I will say, mtoto wako amekula hii, ulipe. So I could even sell all my property so that I can pay. So, but now this issue was, I don't want to go there.
I remember you saying that even your fellow clergymen, they were saying you're cursed.
Yeah. You know, my own people, the people that we were ministering to, there was that rumor, even in social media, that I have sacrificed my daughter for money. I have sacrificed my daughter for money and this. So there were so many stories that were cooked. Because people were trending, the story was trending a lot, because people were coming, even I was being followed by unmarked cars.
Yeah.
People could tell me, can you lend us 10 million? Because that's what they were hearing, and so many things. There were so many things that were coming up, and some threat. So finally I'm here in America, because the situation now there was not easy, because people were not believing that we don't have that money.
Yeah.
Because it was the social media was saying Monica the billionaire. The father is a billionaire. So when people they were coming and saying, now you know what, you have money, bro.
Yeah.
My life was in danger, and I was feeling now this one, God help me. But I was encouraging myself a lot of things that were there, and I was saying now I need a break. You know, one thing that you became stressed.
Yeah.
When all over people, even some of them, they are very close, they are talking shit about yourself and about your family, then you feel like the world is becoming small. You need a space.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I thank God.
So coming to America also gave you some
space?
It
gave me rest. Yes, I'm blessed actually. You know, now you are not hearing those things.
Yeah, you are not hearing the
noise. And now even the people who are now, they were like investigating, it is now, this is not the true what you are telling us. But finally I thank God that I'm here, and I got an opportunity to come here, and I have that I'm telling people how I have gone through this journey about the endurance in grief. And this is what I have written in the book, and I know so many people, they have gone a lot of difficulty, not only me, because there were so many things that happened on that during time. That in Kenya, there was this murder of Shalom, who was murdered, and she was pregnant, you know the story. And there was coming this lady who was also Wangeshi, I don't know whether it's Ivan Wangeshi in Eldoret, who was murdered. I could hear the other day, the one who murdered him confessing. And I believe even me, I believe that that person who killed, the person who killed Monica, one day he shall confess. Because though for me I have forgiven them, but you know, I'm waiting for that time. I hear somebody confessing that surely I'm the one who did this and I need forgiveness. So I am here to tell our viewers that it is not easy to forgive. You can't just wake up one day and say you have forgiven somebody. It's a process. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And also that's why I have pouring down in my book here, and I have a lot about grief and loss. So and I can tell you, Gary, this is a journey.
Yeah.
People, they don't know the other story, the other story of a person who has gone grief.
Yeah.
So they think There are so many things that you can hear about saying people, I know what you are going through.
Yeah.
No, you don't know.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what a story. You can always support this bishop by getting his book. This is his book, Endurance in Grief. So because of time, we'll bring this show to an end. But I believe it's a story we need to talk more about this issue for many people who have lost even their children and they don't know how to endure.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.
Thank
Until
you.
next time.
Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Kabisa.
Yeah.